Brondo, I finna slam dunk. Get big on you fake pumps. That pump ain't no fake pump. Bitch fell for the pump fake. Got him talking like first take. Get it right on the first take. Hit the hole in the first.
You did a good job with your daughter, bro.
Appreciate it. I don't think people on Facebook would agree.
I'm sure they wouldn't. But I'll tell you something, bro. See, I don't have kids, so I don't get to be like the final judgment about kids, but a lot of people kids is bad as hell.
They are.
Your daughter is super well behaved.
Thank you.
I remember growing up, like, people used to always tell my mom, like, your kids are so well behaved and polite. And we weren't well behaved, but, bruh, she probably would hang us upside down and kill us if we went out in public and act crazy. She don't care what we do in the house, but in public.
No, she's definitely a good kid through and through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We was bad as hell, but in public, we was like Obama's kids.
Right. You knew how to act. You knew where to place it.
But nowadays,
You just save it for the substitute
these little
teacher.
niggas nowadays, they, whew.
Oh, they don't give a damn about nothing.
All right, let's get into it, man. Another episode of Sit Down with Slim. Anybody that has been wondering why I didn't drop an episode this week, I got real busy. You know what I'm saying? Tied up, my bad. But we going to drop this little video for Friday and have the regular episodes coming next week. But I got my dog Cooks on here, man. And what we're going to do is we're going to talk about his Facebook post because I just didn't want to talk to him about it without a camera. So this is how this is going to go, Cooks.
All right.
I'm going to read the Facebook post, and then I'm going to tell you about the 2-hour debate we had yesterday. Right. Then I'm going to give you the floor and let you disagree because I know you about to be doing a whole bunch of Slim, you tripping. Because for the first time, I was against you, bro. But I wasn't really against you, though. Bro, you just got to hear it, bro. All right. So let's read the post. A young lady posted and said, I have dated younger and older men. So believe me when I say this, ain't none of them worth a damn. Cook screenshots it and posts and says, let me say something like this about women, and you'll see in my comments, is he a misogynist? Is he gay? Who hurt you? And you hate women. It's giving and all this other BS. But look at all the support for men ain't worth a damn campaign. And I'm not
150 likes.
Yeah.
On
150
hers.
likes on hers. Then they in his comments going ham. But you had a trooper in here. Is this Tiffany Rojo?
Oh, I went to high school with her.
Okay, yeah. You had a trooper in there. She defended you and said he goes in on men also. All right, so you made this post. She made 30 posts about you. 30 of them.
Cause she get it. She's, you know what I'm saying? She sees further than the 6 inches that the phone is from her face.
No. I'm talking about the girl who you reposted. She made 30 posts about you.
Oh, I'm not surprised.
Yeah, she was going in on you, and matter of fact, I think Ben sent him something.
I did kind of kill her in one of her comments though.
You ruffled her feathers. She said, "This man do too much. I feel how I feel now." Then the rest of the screenshots is just the comments. I don't feel like reading comments because there's too many of them. But they was going in. All right, so let's get to it. Let me tell you about the debate we was having yesterday. This is what happened with the debate. Mm-hmm. So, my dog, what do I want to call him? I don't want to say people's real names. I want to call him Frederick.
Okay.
My dog Frederick. He calls me. We're on FaceTime, and he goes, man, they going in on your boy Cooks, man. And I'm like, man, I know you like the 5th person that called me. Literally 5 people called me. I'm like, you like the 5th person that called me. And he goes, yeah, man, he tripping. And as soon as he said you was tripping, Damo been drinking all day. Oh, he was off. Damo just loses it and snaps and goes, nah, Cooks be spitting. The problem is, y'all just not used to nobody keeping it real. Cooks be keeping it real. These women need to hear that. They need to hear this. And was like, bro, give Slim his phone back. And Damo was like, nah, forget this. This what's going on. What he said? He said, okay, Damo doesn't talk like this, but I don't know how to talk like Damo because I passed English class.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I figured you were
so I'm just going to talk for him. Damo basically said, women don't hold themselves accountable for their actions, So when a man speaks about their actions, they don't know how to handle it because they never looked themselves in the mirror. That's what Damo was trying to say. All right. So now let's get to the argument part. The argument wasn't about if you was right or wrong, right? The argument basically that was having with Damo was that Cooks is 100% right. Everything he is posting, everything he's saying is right. It's just that women aren't going to grasp that, so it's pointless for us to even post about women. And then also, did I say his name? I did say his name.
Yeah, you did.
It's all right.
I mean,
hopefully I remember that.
You didn't say the whole thing. We'll just leave it for short.
Okay. So he said the biggest thing is not what is it? Not, talking about women every day. That's what debate was. The debate was you shouldn't talk about women every day, and he feels like you talk about women every day. And I agree with it. And I said, and Damo was like, that don't matter. These women want you to pay all the bills and blah, blah. I'm going to remind you, he's drunk. So he's going in, and he was Team Cooks yesterday.
He can be that, but his argument doesn't support mine.
Bro, you can't do that to your supporters, bro.
No, I mean, but based on where he's coming from, like, okay, I don't necessarily agree with everything he's saying.
That's the argument, though.
I appreciate the support, Damo. Thank you.
The argument is that we felt like you shouldn't be going back and forth with women online. That's what the argument was. The argument was not about you being right or wrong. That's what the argument was.
Well, if I don't talk to women online, then the conversation stops. Because we already have these conversations with each other. The people we don't have them with is the women. You know what I'm saying? So, and then like talking about them every day. Okay, let's say you're right. Then let's look at the flip side. They're allowed to talk about us every day?
Yeah, so that's another thing that came up in the debate. Like, it's kind of like we always believe in double standards until it's against us. So like, that's another double standard. That
Absolutely.
Women can talk about us,
but
we can't talk about women.
And what people aren't understanding is that's exactly why I continue to do it.
So what, you don't want that to be the case, though?
I mean, I don't care. There's always going to be double standards. What I'm saying is I'm going to say the things that need to be recognized because a lot of times the women's argument is contradictory to what they actually want. You know what I'm saying? You see here, I hate that men talk about women. Y'all niggas gay. But I look at your page and you talk badly about us every day. And I'm talking about pure misandry.
I agree, but hatred. Why you going to war with them, though?
It's not about war.
Bro, you going to war
to win.
Oh, and you know what? I'm glad you said that because that's what I actually brought up to Quad because me and Quad talked about it.
I'm not going to argue anything that's not facts.
But you know you're not going to win, right?
I know. It's the internet, and then they women.
So why you do it?
It's about the conversation in general. It needs to be had. It's about recognizing that there's a huge disconnect between black men and black women. A huge one. You don't have this problem in the white community. I don't hear white people talking about this shit. You don't. I don't see white women scrolling down my Facebook. Mind you, I follow thousands of them because I went to a white school too.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? I don't see them going down their timeline. Niggas ain't shit. They ain't worth a damn. You don't see no white women posting that shit? You don't.
All right.
And then on top of that, not only will the women say we can't talk about them, they will talk about us and support each other in mass.
Yeah.
Which doesn't make sense either. But then not only that, when you bash us, you want to turn around and ask us to respect you. And to cherish you and love you and pay for all your shit.
Bro, so what you think? You think we should knock out all double standards and everything should be even playing field?
Women would die if we got rid of double standards.
Explain that. Explain that statement.
Because their lives would be significantly harder. That means, okay, if we get rid of double standards, that means, that means it's going to trickle down all the way into regular life, right? That means the average 50% of the police force is going to be women. Who wants that? I don't.
You ever seen that video of the woman?
50% of the people building houses be women. What the fuck does that look like? What? You know what I'm saying? Like, women don't want to get rid of double standards.
Bruh, you know how I always tell you, like, excuse me, I always talk about how it's like a certain way to deliver messages, right? Mm-hmm. So I feel like the worst thing I've ever done when having conversation with women is argue or debate with them about pay gaps.
Well,
because you know
that's
that
not
what
a-
you just
but that's
said.
not a real
that what you
argument.
just said is like when you say it to women, it pisses them off. Like they be like, men shouldn't be making more than women, and it's like, do you want to be a garbage man?
no, you don't. The women, see, the argument with the whole pay gap thing, and some people gonna be mad about it. It is what it is. There isn't really a pay gap because women don't choose the highest paying jobs.
I think we need a woman.
You know what I'm
Next time-
saying?
next
Like,
time we do a
if
video.
you think about the highest paying jobs, how many women are opting to do them?
Oh, these is facts.
Hardly any.
You know, I would never debate that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you go to a school for engineering, you could probably count on two hands how many women are in there.
I actually know a girl that's an engineer, and she's the only girl in the whole building.
That's my point.
It's like 22 of them. She is the only
You know
girl.
what I'm saying? Like, and then the women want to come at me. All the ones that come at me have had poor selection skills, probably are a baby mama, and don't have a man.
That was a part of the debate also. That part of the debate was they felt like you shouldn't bring those things up when talking about women because
Don't call me gay.
7 times out of 10, you're talking about a man in the room's mom. Because a lot of people are
And
baby
10 times
mamas.
out of 10, when they talk about us, they're talking about a woman's son. So what's
Yeah.
the difference?
So you just not for the double standards at all.
I'm like, bro, let your opinion. If you can have yours, I can have mine.
Mm-hmm.
Period. You don't have to agree. But I'm going to tell you the real, because I promise you the man penetrating to you is lying to you. I promise you that. I promise you.
All right, so 2 things. One, do you care about every time you get into a discussion with the woman, they bring up the gay thing? Do you care about that?
To me, that's no different than when you get into a debate with somebody and they start calling you names.
Yeah.
You've lost. You're coming at me you're trying to belittle me, not have a conversation. Mm-hmm. Like, you're trying to call me out my name in order to get off topic. Like, what does gay have to do with anything I said?
I'm with you.
You know what I'm saying?
But see, that leads me to my next
so
thing.
then, okay, so let's flip it around again. Okay, because I had an opinion, right? I'm gay.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I can assume you're a dyke because you speak hatred on men. Should I be able to assume that?
They wouldn't feel like that correlates, but yeah, I feel like yeah.
Of course they're not going to feel like it correlates. You know why? Because they constantly want their ego stroked. You can't say nothing that they would deem negative, because then you're looked at what? As a misogynist.
Nah, that leads me to my next question. Do you feel like you be going too hard on the women's?
No, bro.
But Damo said it yesterday. Damo said you was the men's superhero.
I mean, bro, all I'm doing is saying the stuff that men don't say to women, because you know why? We're gonna lose her.
That was brought up also.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I say every dude that's hitting these chicks is lying. If we told the truth all the time, y'all wouldn't fuck with us.
My dog Frederick was curious about if you be losing women because how you talk. And I didn't get a chance to speak because Damo was doing too much yelling and arguing.
I don't think I've lost women.
But you told me a story about
I've had women like hesitate to fuck with me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But then when they talk to me, they like, yo, he's really like one of the nicest people I know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because basically what you're saying is the type of stuff that you talk about on Facebook is about one certain type and group of women.
Yeah,
You're not talking about
speaking
women
in
as a
mass.
whole.
You know, they talk about us as a whole.
Yeah.
Like the post I screenshotted was talking about all men.
Yeah.
All men. I never speak in absolutes because that's stupid. That's not realistic. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, a lot of women, one, not only are they lied to most of their lives, they're not held accountable, and they get away with almost literally murder. You know what I'm saying? Like, just because I have an opinion about something I have a lot of experience in. You know what I'm saying? Does that mean I can't speak on it? Because I ain't said nothing that one of us hadn't encountered in real life before.
Another question, because this gets brung up a lot also. Has somebody hurt you for real?
Have I been hurt in my life? Fucking right I have.
Oh, because I ain't gonna lie, I didn't think that, but I've read it so many times online. I'm like, maybe Cooks has been hurt.
No, I have been, but I also learned.
So what happened?
I learned what part I played in the results that I got.
What happened though? Is this like some old, like teenage times you was hurt, or
No, this as a grown man.
what happened?
I was in a relationship for like 4.5 years. Love shorty to death, you know what I'm saying? But I broke her trust by cheating. And as a result, she changed because I broke her trust. And I never got that shit back. You know what I'm saying? And over time, eventually, I did get my shit together. But by the time I got my shit together, she was checked out.
Yeah.
She was 1 foot out the door.
Oh, you have told me the story before.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And I know for a fact it's because I caused that ripple effect. My poor decision making.
So that shit has absolutely nothing to do with what they talking about, saying you was hurt and that's why you go in on women.
No.
Because you just hit me with the Shaq answer, like you was the one wrong in the situation, not her.
I started it.
Yeah.
Like, I started it. I did. She ain't cheat on me. I cheated on her. And I can't be mad at the results I got from my decision making.
That's accountability.
And then, you know, also I've been in a position to where, like, when that breakup happened, boy, I was hurt, boy. I was down bad, boy. I wasn't showering the same. I wasn't shaving. You know what I'm saying? I had the whole cul-de-sac going on, bro. Looking rough. My money was fucked up. All kind of shit.
How long were you in this state of depression?
Shit. Probably like 6 months, bro, to be 1,000.
For real?
Yeah.
How'd you get out of it?
Change of atmosphere, change of mindset. You know, like, because once I was hurt like that, I realized how I had hurt other people. And I was like, damn, like, I refuse not only for me to ever feel like that again, but I'm also not going to put myself in a position to hurt somebody else like that. Because that shit sucks. That shit sucks. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I didn't realize the kind of damage I was doing to people. You know what I'm saying? And I had to learn that.
So let's answer the final question. Does Cooks hate women?
Fuck no.
Why is this a narrative though? Why is this a narrative? What's going on with this?
Well, having an opinion on women that doesn't stroke their ego, like I mentioned before, can be deemed as hatred. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think it's one of those?
Saying a chick not pretty is looked at negatively.
Do you think it's one of those things where, like, you know how people be like, you can't say nothing about having kids if you don't have kids? Do you think it's one of those same things when it comes to women? Like, they feel like you shouldn't comment on women if you're not a woman?
I think that's bullshit because on the flip side, they're going to comment about us no matter what.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And mind you, bro, they speak so negatively about us to the point where no matter how good you are, the girl ain't even crossed paths with you physically. You are already deemed bullshit. You are already deemed ain't shit, ain't worth a damn. You haven't spoken. You ain't did nothing. But they projecting that energy. They saying it for themselves like men ain't shit. No, that means Slim, they look at you and you're not a man, bro. Yeah. They don't even know you. Because they speak on absolutes. They saying all men ain't shit. Cause like, did you see my post I made today about pizza?
Yeah. I didn't read all of them because I knew exactly where you was going with that. Because said it to me before.
Because you're not an idiot. You know what I'm saying? Like, you mean to tell me I can't speak on something I've experienced?
Yeah.
Or somebody close to me has experienced?
Quiet had a good point today when we was talking about it too. Quiet was basically saying that the reason why he don't speak about women or things like that and go back and forth with them is because honestly, nobody cares about us. He said the only time people care about men is when they die.
But so you're gonna just because nobody cares, I'm supposed to shut the fuck up?
That's how niggas feel, bro. Niggas feel like, what's the point?
Why,
what's the point of talking about it?
You lying already. That's why niggas lie to women right there. Oh man, they don't care, so I'm gonna just shut up, bro. I can't get my real opinion, bro.
Bro, what's the point of talking about it to them though, bro? Like, it's always lose-lose. Do you feel like you have to be the guy to speak for all men? Like, you have to be the guy to take the L?
I have to be that guy. I don't take no L's though.
Yeah.
I don't take L's. I ain't worried about a bitch I don't know. what am I worried about that for?
Yeah.
Like, for what? Like, if you have an issue with what I said, baby, you just not for me. It's cool. It's cool. I ain't tripping.
That makes sense too. I ain't gonna say a lot to you.
You know what I'm saying? Why would I genuinely care? It's like, baby, and even if she did want me, I don't want you.
Yeah.
So it's still dead. Like, doesn't matter.
All right, we need some motivational words from you too.
Yeah.
We need something motivational. Like, what do you think will fix this gap between men and women? And how do we go in a positive direction to fix this?
Bro, I'm thinking long. How do we go in a positive direction?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Maybe for me, the understanding came with what I say I actually want for myself, right? And, you know, we sit here and when we talk about business, we say we want to make money, da-da-da-da-da. We say we want to help our community, this, that, and the third. Then we say things like, oh, we want to create generational wealth, right? Mm-hmm. And let's think about that real quick. Say, for example, a woman grows up and makes millions of dollars, right? Man, she living good. Awesome. Fan-fucking-tastic, right? But let's say she chose to never have a man in her life and not have kids. That wealth dies with her. Where does it go? You can't give it to nobody. You don't have no family. So what you did was really selfish. You know what I'm saying? That wealth dies with you.
So basically what you're saying by this is we need each other, so
Damn
we need
right.
to find a way to bridge this
That's
gap,
how
period.
we survive. That's how we flourish. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? We can't sit here and say we fixing shit, and every day more and more people are deciding to be alone. We're playing right into the what women would say the man-made patriarchy. Because the less we are together, the more we are apart, which means there's less families and more individuals. And what does that create in business? For us, that just makes more revenue.
So what's the steps we need to make in the positive
Understanding
direction?
that we need each other. We need to be together.
And start having more conversations, right?
Right. And that starts with having the conversation to figure out where this disconnect is coming from and how do we bring it closer together so people can look at the bigger fucking picture.
See, that's all we needed. We just needed some positivity so people can understand that you don't just be bashing and you have a point. You feel me?
Bro. I don't want to see. You think I want to keep seeing single mothers?
Yeah.
You know what 80% of the projects is made up of? 80% of, I think it's even higher than 80% of Section 8 is women. Why? And ain't no men in the house. You know what I'm saying? How do we got to be together to stop that shit. If we together, there's less people on food stamps and all kind of government assistance and all that other shit. You can build a business that you can pass down to your children, and they give it to their children. Why you think? That's why we even know names like Rockefeller.
Oh yeah, Because they built a strong family. Kept it going.
And that means them niggas was getting together and having kids. Mm-hmm. Having wives.
So that's what you're saying, bridging the gap so we can keep this thing going and end some of these generational issues we've had over the years.
Yeah, daggone right. You think I like seeing women constantly having babies out of wedlock? And then I see that same woman get online and talk about how men suck. And then she raises a little boy without no man around. And then that little boy out here being called soft because all he experienced he got is with estrogen.
Some men do it too now.
I mean, yeah, it happens. It is. I'm not speaking on no absolutes. Don't attack me, people. Jesus fuck.
But what do you call the men that do shit like that, though?
Shit, the same thing women call them.
What?
Trash. A homosexual. A fucking bum. You know what I'm saying? Like a scrub. What other terms do they use for us? Everything. Shit. A dog.
Oh, so I kind of get where you coming from. It's always labels for men like that, but it's never labels for women that's like that. So that's why you speak on it. Is that a true statement?
I don't know if I can agree with that all the way.
Why not?
Say that one more time.
So it's always a label for if a man isn't doing his job, he's a homosexual, he's trash, he's a dog, he's all this, and it's always spoken about often. But women that don't do their job, it's never spoken about at all.
Right. And if it is, only amongst men.
So the playing field should be open.
Yeah. Like, how do you get better without being critiqued? That doesn't make sense. You mean to tell me can't nobody say nothing? Like, that's crazy.
Bro, we gonna call this episode B Cooks Hates Women.
Oh, they gonna click on that shit.
Hey, man, that's all we got for this episode. This was just something short and sweet so we can get to the point, man. Anything you want to say before we get off?
Ladies, I love y'all.
And we out, man. Ladies, I love y'all.